Hi, Andrew. How are you doing today?
Hi. I'm doing okay.
How have you been since the last time I saw you?
Um, Mostly good, but there's been some things that have happened that kind of like bothered me, I guess.
Can you tell me more about those things?
Yeah, so the first one is, you know how like my wife and my mom talk all the time?
Yes.
So she was talking to my mom because I had told her that I would want like my wife to come in here and talk with us, and then like also my mom because I want to repair that relationship. So my wife was talking to my mom, and like my mom got really upset, and she said like she doesn't think there's like anything to talk about between her and I, and that like we're fine, and she doesn't want to come in here. So I don't really know what to do about that.
Okay. So how did you feel when your wife told you that?
Like it took me a lot to even consider having her come in here and talk with us because of everything that I've been through, and like it's not that what I was like going through was her fault, but to an extent it was. So for me to even acknowledge the fact that like we have a problem and that something should be fixed like was huge for me, and she doesn't even like want to like talk it out because she thinks nothing's wrong. Like I don't understand.
Okay. I'm sorry that that happened. I'm sensing you're really upset about this. I understand that, but is there another time that your wife has been talking to her too?
Um like about it or
Yeah, just because if she doesn't want to talk about it, then we don't have to continue on with that. But is there anything else that was going on since the last time I saw you that you mentioned before?
um yeah, so you know how I've said before, like I was really close with the guys from work because um like we would always go out like so many days out of the week, and we would go and party. Well, now since I've been going to my AA meetings and I haven't been drinking with them, they like every time they ask me like, "Oh, like are you going out tonight?" And I'm like, "No, like I can't." I said I'm like going to AA, and they're like, "Oh, like," and they say some like derogatory things, and I don't know. That's just like really getting to me because those were like some of my best friends, and I don't have the support from them to stop drinking because like for them it's still their entire life. Like drinking like used to be like a big part of my life. It's still a big part of theirs, but they like aren't supportive of me not wanting to. Like they don't want to hang out with me because I don't drink.
Right. I'm sorry that that's going on, but I just want to say that it's really good that I know that it's sad that this is going on with your friends, but I think it's really great that you're not drinking anymore. I think
Yeah.
that's really good. That's a really good step because it means that the AA meetings are working and it looks really good when you go to your next court date and you can tell them that you're not drinking anymore. That's a really good thing. And especially with spending more time with your family, like you've said in the previous sessions, is that what you've been doing in your free time?
Yeah, so we have like family nights. We did it when I like first tried to stop drinking. We did it where it was like one night a week, and now like almost every night we sit down together and we like watch TV, and on the weekends we have like a movie night where we like go to the Red Box and we rent a DVD and we like hang out. So like I'm happier like with how my life is going, but it's just really hard not having the support of my friends because like yes, I need my family, but like everyone needs their friends too. So
Right. I'm sensing that you're really happy about like some things, but then there's other things that you're really worried about. Do you want to talk more about the things that you're worried about right now?
yeah,
Okay.
I would say just because like it's been really bothering me lately.
Okay. Can we go back to talking about your mom? Is there anything that you think that could happen that would change her mind about coming to talk, or are you just do you not want feel like you want to bring her in anymore?
I mean, I still want to bring her in just because my closure, like, it's not there.
Right.
And so we talked about before, like, I can't move on unless I have that closure with her. And I mean, I want her to be a part of my life because of my children, But if she's not willing to like come in here and just talk for a session or two, like maybe I don't want her around.
Right. Do you think having your mom as a support, like some more support, do you think that that is going to affect everything that you're going through right now, or do you think that everything with your family is enough support that you have?
Well, right now my mom like isn't really involved in like this process. Like my wife just talks to her, and I mean right now like I feel like I'm doing pretty great like compared to what I was before, and like she's not really a part of it. So I kind of feel like I'm doing this like by myself and with my like the help of my family. So I mean, I can honestly stay like this, like if she doesn't want to be involved and like doesn't want to help, but I just wish like she had a different mindset.
Okay. Um, I get that you have a really good relationship with your family right now. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Well, that's really good. Um, Not having your mom like want to come in, I can see how that would be really hard on you. I'm really sorry, but I still think it's really good that you have the support system of your family, and it seems like you're doing really great with that. Um, so your friends, I know you said that they're having a little bit hard time with this adjustment. Do you think that that's gonna affect you in any way, or do you still are you still okay at work working with them?
Like the work environment is fine, like as of in like the office, like it's fine. But sometimes like at lunch, they'll be like, "Oh, like what are you doing later tonight?" Because Wednesdays are a big night. Like they always have been a big night. And so it'll be a Wednesday, and they'll be like, "Oh, like what are you doing later?" And I'm like, "I can't go out. Like I can get dinner with you guys." Like I've said that. I was like, "Okay, well I can get dinner with you, but like if you guys could like not have an alcoholic
Right.
beverage with me, because like it's not like I never want them to drink in front of me. It's just right now it's really hard because I'm still at the beginning stage
Right.
of not drinking. So like not being around it is honestly like I'm fine. I'm doing fine, but I feel like if I'm around it again, it's just gonna make me want to because everyone else is. But they just don't like get that.
Well, it's good to avoid it for right now. I think it's a really good thing that you're doing still. I hope that in the future that they can still hang out with you without alcohol being included or anything. But I still think that it's really good that you're keeping your like boundaries up with that.
Mhm.
Um, so today I really wanted to go over like some goals with you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because I know that you're doing really, I can tell that you're doing a lot better, which is really great, but I want to make sure we have some goals to achieve before our last session together, before your last court date. So I think that's really important to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you attended the marriage counseling that I referred you to?
Yeah, we went to one session.
Okay,
Yeah,
can
we
you tell
did
me
one
more about
session.
that?
Yeah. Um, so we walked in and um, it was actually pretty like the environment was like pretty chill. Um, and since my wife and I are doing a lot better, it was like easier. But we walked in and we just sat and talked for about an hour with the lady who was talking to us. And my wife had brought up some issues that I haven't heard, like she didn't tell me about before, but obviously we want to make the marriage counseling work. So we both agreed to like be 100% honest with each other at the sessions. So we like went in and he had her start talking first, and then we just kind of like it just seemed like a big conversation, but it was really helpful. I really liked going to it.
I'm glad that it was really helpful for both of you guys.
Mhm.
Do you think that your wife is happy that you guys are going to these marriage counseling?
Yeah, we talked about it, and she said like she wants to continue it too, but we don't think we need to go like as long just because we've kind of already resolved some problems on our own.
Okay.
But we were thinking like a couple more sessions just to like make sure, that like nothing else is bothering us. But yeah, we think it really helped.
Okay, good. Is there anything else that you would want to do for you and your wife's like marriage? Because that could be set as like one of the goals for you guys, or do you feel like you'd rather do like work on something else?
Um, as for us, like we love our kids, but our kids are with us all the time. So we kind of don't get like a date night or anything. Like I'm not saying like a bunch of different, like a bunch of different days or whatever, like just like one night a week maybe.
Okay.
But like, I don't know any kids in high school or anything that would be able to babysit, so we would like need a baby. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Okay,
need a
so
babysitter.
you would want to look for some daycare services or not daycare. How old are your daughters again?
7 and 6.
Okay, so well, something we could do is like look at maybe different like daycare services or babysitting services. I know there's like Care.com, things like that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and it kind of is like more local, so you can put in your address and everything, and then you'll like look at people nearby. So things like that, you can give you and your wife some freedom to have like a time or a night out or something.
Are those like safe though? Like
Yes.
I've never used
Those
them.
are safe because they are required to have a background check on them.
Oh, okay.
So in order for them to be certified on the website, you have to like do that. But we can go through it together like in a later session, and you could look at other possibilities you could maybe look at.
Yeah.
Okay. Something else that we could talk about for a goal is have you been attending the AA sessions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every week.
Good. Okay. How do you like those?
Those are good. It's like, I love going to them, but some of the people I know, so it's like I know outside of AA you're not actually doing what you're saying you're doing, so that part is like I'm getting the most out of it as I possibly can, but it's just like seeing other people not actually do it, it's just like disappointing.
Okay. Do you want to maybe switch your AA meetings? I mean, there's tons of different centers around that you could go to AA meetings for, and would you want to do something like still local, but where it's not like hard to get to, but it's maybe at a different town, like close nearby?
I think that would be better.
Okay, yeah,
just
we could
like
do that.
That and just like seeing new faces,
Yeah, right.
and like hearing other stories. I think that'd be very beneficial for me.
The person that's running the AA meetings, is everything okay with he or she? Okay, so
Yep.
All right, so that's good. Well, I can make some calls and find a different place for you that's like nearby. Is there like a certain distance you would be comfortable with?
Well, right now I only drive like 10 minutes,
Okay.
but I mean I'd be comfortable driving like 30.
Okay.
So something like in that range.
Okay, good. Also for another goal, so I really wanted to focus on like 3. The first one being with your marriage, the second one being with the AA meetings, and then the third one, I was looking for the court date with the AA meetings. There's community service requirements, and I was asking you because we could talk about things that you'd be interested in that were like more like beneficial for you and something that you'd be like more willing to do. Is there anything that you would really want to like join in on around like?
So like a volunteer opportunity, like is that okay? Can you like volunteer anywhere?
Okay, so there's a lot of different services in every town that you would even think about, but ones that are really common are ones for like so like homeless shelters, or so you do like Feed My Starving Children, things like that. Like community service looks really good when you, especially since you are in court right now, they usually require a lot of like different community service hours. So it looks really good when you're like getting on top of that, as well as doing like the AA meetings and everything. So when I talk to the case manager at the court, I can tell her that you've been interested in doing things like that as well.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think that'd be a good idea since I kind of have to do it anyways.
Right. So I was just like curious to see if you would like want to do something like that.
Yeah. As for like my choices, like I guess can I like do it at like a nursing home?
Right. Yes. So things like places like that. Yeah. It's really helpful, and then it's like helping other people while it's also like getting the hours that you need.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
All right. So for marriage counseling, is everything going great with that? You don't feel like you need to go anywhere else?
No. I think that will like be enough for us, just because like our relationship was pretty bad, but since I've been working on it and we're actually talking like on a nightly basis, we're doing so much better, and it's like almost to the way it was before I started drinking. So I think like that's not like a super big priority because we're kind of like doing it on our own.
Right. Okay, good. Well, I'm really glad to hear that you're doing so great. I mean, it seems like you're really willing to like work on everything, and I think it's going to look really good when you finish all these things and you can go to court and say that you finished everything that was required plus more. I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like do the right thing for my family because I know like I've messed up. Like and at least like I can own up to it now, whereas before like I didn't see it as a problem. And so like now that I've owned up to it and everything, life's just so much better. And it's kind of like it makes me sit back and think like why would I drink all that much in the first place and like ruin, like I almost ruined everything that I had, but
okay. I know your court date is on May 6th. I was wondering if there's anything else you would be really interested in doing because that date is coming up very soon and I want to be able to help you with anything.
Well, I forgot about the community service hours, so I definitely need to start working on those. Right. So I guess like, do I just need to like go and contact places, or how does volunteering exactly work?
Well, if you want, I could contact some places and see if they need any volunteers somewhere, or because a lot of places have a lot of volunteers where it's almost not even needed. So, which is also a really great thing. But maybe somewhere where they need more volunteers and they're like needing people, I can make some calls and see if any places, and then I can like let you know.
Okay. I'm just like worried about if they would take me because of my DUI, but is that gonna be a problem with some places? Maybe?
Well, a lot of places, because of they know that a lot of people like need the community service because of like getting
that makes
something
sense.
In the court. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Right, but okay. So after this, we have one more session together, and that's a week before your court date, and so it's coming up really soon. So at that session, I want to talk to you about everything that's been going on. I'll make sure to make some calls for some agencies for some community service, and I will make another referral to you for somewhere else for VA meetings as well.
Okay, great.
Right, sounds good. It's nice seeing you again.
Thanks.
Oh my god, every time.
It shuts off on you.